Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to part 20 of my Criminal Empire Challenge. So I played, I think, a couple of days off screen. I actually can't remember how many. It was 2 or 3 maybe. But we had a few different things happen. So Alex has actually achieved his final promotion for his career. So he's been promoted to the boss. He is the boss. He will now make an additional 87 per hour for a grand total of 623 per hour. He has received an 8,039 simoleon bonus, a punching bag, some new clothes, and his next shift is actually in about an hour and a half. So he works 4 days a week. I also had him get in the last fight that he needed for his level of his aspiration. So he's on the final level of public enemy now. So we needed to get him to level 10 of the criminal career as part of the challenge rules. The public enemy aspiration, I don't know that we needed to complete, but I want to do it anyway. So he needs to have 2 more declared enemies and witness the death of a sim. Obviously, that last one's gonna be tricky unless we get very lucky and some random elder just dies in front of us. I did return the 2 objects that we stole from Carissa. I did that off screen like I said I was going to. So he returned the painting and the books. He never actually really went through the books. He never sort of spent the time on it that he probably should have. I think he probably opened them and was like, I don't know what any of this means, and then closed them again and didn't think about it. Whether or not they would have contained secrets that he would want to know, like that his older sister stole all of his mum's money, unknown. Now, Addison's an A student. The other 2 things, or the other thing I should mention is I realized one of the sort of win conditions for the challenge, you had to have a house with a laundry if you have the laundry day pack. And I hadn't really made space in this build. When I did the shell, I didn't allow room for a laundry. So this is not quite as beautiful as it was, because it was very symmetrical and I did love it. But it seemed like here or here was the most logical place for a laundry. And I decided to do it on this side just because I quite liked the look of all of this, and it was more moving around basically. So it's a bit sad. I'm a bit sad from the outside. It doesn't look quite as pretty. We should do something with this wall. I don't know what. Maybe I could do more of those or extend this garden bed. It's something for the Sims to ponder. But I do currently have Ashley upgrading the washer and the dryer, especially because I figured it's right next to Alex and Lily's bedroom. And one of the upgrades is to make it quiet. And you don't want a dryer thumping away right on the other side of your bedroom wall when you're trying to sleep. That's quite annoying. I live in a townhouse complex, believe me. I can tell when the neighbours are using their dryers. I think in this part we'll try and age up Zane, but I want him to complete the rambunctious scamp aspiration first. So he needs to get level 10 motor skill. I think that's actually the last thing he needs, because I'm pretty sure this is the last level. I want him to get that because we have lifespan on long. He probably would be having his birthday around about now on a shorter lifespan anyway. I'm not feeling super stressed about it one way or the other. And then little Addison obviously just got her A. She's on the last level of social butterfly as well, so she needs to make some friends, which is cool. It would be nice to get that done for her before she ages up as well. So that's kind of where we're at. And Alex does start work soon. Now, I was thinking for he's got a few people we could declare as enemies, like pretty easily. Seems that I think that's the guy we just got in a fight with. He was just a random. He was walking past and I was like, are you looking at me? I mean, is there a tab for enemies? There should be a tab for like people that hate you instead of like the opposite of friends. Rude. The problem is a lot of the people he's fought with or like picked pockets of and they hate him now when he was incompetent are just random people we met around the city, and I wouldn't know how to track them down. Like, I wouldn't know how to find them. So we almost need to have new Sims. And given this is a criminal empire challenge and Alex is now the top of his crime tree of like his criminal empire he's in charge of now, I'm thinking maybe we should have a rival gang. Maybe they could be his enemies, his last 2 enemies, members of his rival gang. Because, you know, his gang's actually, in terms of the members of his club, it's a pretty small time. It's just Nadia, Saul, and Ashley. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think we should maybe look at having a rival gang. I haven't built one yet. If you feel like creating me a rival gang, feel free. Tell me your user ID and I'll go looking for it. Or like gang members, we could create a gang. So we're kind of like the Newcrest gang because we're in this part of Newcrest, and then Nadia and Hugh live down that way. So in like a different neighborhood, but still in Newcrest. So, okay, have a good day at work, Alex. You know, crackheads. Now, Jason has been thinking about what he wants to do when he finishes school because he's pretty close to finishing school. He's already an A student. And I'm thinking again, like, maybe an aspiration-based sort of decision around when to age him up. It's actually Zane's birthday in a couple of days and Lily's birthday. So, I mean, we could wait for Zane. I do just want him to get his motor skill up, honestly. And then it's not actually Jason's birthday for like 3 weeks, but I'm thinking of aging him up a bit sooner. The rules do say the kids all have to have Mischief 4. In fact, everyone has to have Mischief 4 when you're done. So I actually do need to get Lily and Ashley to work on their Mischief as well. The kids are meant to have it, I think, when they age up, although I think it might just be when you decide you're done with the challenge. But Jason does have Mischief 4, so he's ready to age up if I make that a requirement of becoming a young adult. But he wants to study art at university. He's very passionate about art. You know, he really loves painting. He's a bit ambivalent about being a criminal, but he knows his dad will require him to be in the family business. He's trying to think of a way to convince his dad to let him study fine art at university. You know, he's feeling really a little bit stressed about it. So I'm thinking once he's eaten, he might actually go and have a talk to his mum while his dad's at work and see if he can kind of convince her that it's a good idea. If he can get his mum on side, she can probably win his dad over. That's his logic. Divide and conquer, the logic of all children everywhere. See, look, I think I mentioned it last time with the computer upgrade that we've got. 832 simoleons just for like hacking the crumple bottom servers, where before we might have gotten like anything from 0 to like 100 or 2. Yeah, the overclocking of the computer makes a huge difference. I might actually have him talk to her now, just because she's, you know, going to be out here. So he's like, Mum, I've been thinking about what I want to do when I finish school, and I kind of, are you going to, oh, he's waiting for her to finish watering. I thought that they might be able to talk and she could water at the same time. So let's just imagine that's happening. Thinking about how I kind of want to go to university and study art. And she's like, well, honey, you know, your father expects you to join his enterprise. We're out on the streets. We're not going to say gang. You know, your father expects you to join the family business. You know that. And he's like, yeah, I know that, but it's not fair that I have to just always do what dad wants, you know? And she's like, well, is there a way, could you compromise? Like, could you maybe do like a part-time course and you could like, you know, join the family business, but, you know, study part-time as like a hobby? It's like, that's not okay, Mum. This is what I want to do with my life. I really want to be an artist. Lily, come back here. You're ruining my moment. So she's like, look, sweetie, you know, if you want, I would be happy for you to go to university, but obviously it's very expensive. And if you want your father to support you, then you kind of need to, you need to put back in. Basically, you know, if you want to take, you need to put back in. So there's got to be a compromise. And he's like, well, you know, you've been selling my paintings at the shop, so you have already been making money from what I've been doing. They're so fun to be around. All right, they're not going to stop running away because they're both hungry. I'm going to get them to go into the kitchen and they can continue talking in there. So she's thinking about what Jason's been saying, and she's like, I do want him to pursue his dreams, and we are financially in a position where we could support him to do that, but sort of pondering how she can get Alex to agree. So she's going to talk to him about how they can use his talent to support the family business, and how, you know, there are more ways we can look at monetizing your skills and having them feed back in. And he's thinking to himself, well, if you like the money you've been making from selling my paintings in the shop, if that money had been coming back to me directly, then I could have been saving up for university on my own. But that hasn't been happening. Obviously, that's a little bit problematic, partly just because I don't have a mod that lets them have separate bank accounts. But there is actually a mod. I have seen it. I think English Simmer was using it for a while, where you could actually have separate bank accounts for different Sims in the household and like transfer different money in for the kids when they had part-time jobs and stuff. But I did not think about getting it. So, you know, his parents have basically been treating his money as family funds, which isn't great. Oh, by the way, the house we bought, I gave 20,000 simoleons out of the family bank account to Nadia and Hugh for their house for Giovanna. So maybe I'll take Alex over to visit Giovanna and the others, or maybe, you know, just Ashley could go over and hang out with her girlfriend. But I will show you guys the new house. It's quite cute. Okay, it's a little bit later, although not that much later. Alex has swiped something from work. What did you swipe, boy? A heavy metal. Well, there you go. He has taken to collecting gems and crystals and stuff from work. He's brought all of these home. Now, Lily hasn't actually noticed yet that Alex spent 20,000 simoleons from the household funds. She tends to let him, like, because Ashley does that, she's the quote unquote maid, so she does all of the like grocery shopping and stuff, and anyone tends to just pay the bills. But Lily isn't like super financially on top of the household funds, so he kind of has gotten away with that so far. I'm gonna have him come in and give his wife a kiss because she was waiting up for him, which is very sweet of her. Although, how long has she got to go on that hack? Oh, she's almost done. Oh, gross. Alex! Oh my god. What is wrong with you? You need to see a doctor. Okay, so we got 300 simoleons from Land Grab Systems. Not as much as we got from the Crumple Bottoms, but that's okay. Apparently, according to a video I watched by Lady Sweetheart, I didn't know the Goths and the Crumple Bottoms are related. Like, Mortimer Goth is a Crumple Bottom, and that's quite a rich family, so maybe the Crumple Bottoms are, like, money bags. All right, I'm sorry to do this to you, my darling, but you need to go clean that when you've finished eating that salad. They're having a bit of a chat. Lily's apparently going to go to the bathroom. I mean, they could talk through the door while she goes to the bathroom because, you know, they're a married couple. So she's like, so Jason had to talk to me while you were out about what he wants to do when he finishes school. And he seems quite keen to go on to do further study. And Alex is going to say, look, well, I hear that Foxbury Institute actually has a villainy career. You know, maybe I would support him doing that. And she's like, well, he's kind of more interested in something a little bit more catering to his artistic pursuits. Now, Alex is not super keen on that, so he's going to, I'm going to say give parenting tips, although it's really her giving him parenting tips. So she's like, oh, come on, sweetheart, you know, get that look off your face. I mean, if Alex, she just completed a resolution, improving a skill. Oh, parenting level 8. She's using her wiles. There's definitely wiles being used here. He's going to express materialistic thoughts and be like, look, there's not really money in art. Like, the whole starving artist thing is like a cliche for a reason. And I don't really want my boy to grow up to be some effete San Myshuno artist. She's like, well, there are practical uses to his skills. And you know this. You have been selling his art in the shop since, you know, he was 13. And he's like, yeah, that is true. And she's like, well, he's willing to do things to support the family business. He did agree to that. So I would suggest that if we pay for him to go to university, you know, he could perhaps provide products for you, like instead of original art that you've been selling in the shop, perhaps he could do, you know, forgeries. There's definitely a line of work there that he could get into. And Alex is like, well, that is true. I'm going to have these guys woohoo. Now, I did, in a separate save file, set a 5% pregnancy chance for woohoo. like risky woohoo in MC Command Center. I don't know if that applies to this file. I'm just letting you guys know. I don't intend for these guys to have more kids. I would be very upset if they get pregnant, but it could happen. So, you know, that's a thing. So she's planted the seed in Alex's mind that, you know, Jason could actually, instead of doing original art for the shop, which has made them a decent amount of money, he could do more dedicated forgery type work. So we'll let those two enjoy themselves and Alex can kind of stew on that idea a little bit. So I'm going to skip ahead to, it's probably going to have to be when Jason gets home from school, because I don't actually think there's going to be a huge amount of overlap between him and his dad. So, oh my God, disgusting. What did you people all eat last night? Jenny's calling Alex to invite him to GeekCon. I'm going to say no. I feel like he would be avoiding her a little bit at the moment, because I noticed after I had him asked to just be friends with her, he actually started flirting with her autonomously again, and I had to have them do it again off camera. So I think he's like, no, I will resist temptation. So the kids are at school. As predicted, Alex didn't wake up until basically lunchtime. Oh, he finally has a sentiment to her. Oh my God, she has 4 sentiments to him. And he had none. Well, I think she had 3 and he had none. So now he has one. Closer from happy memories. Finally, he has a sentiment to her. I was starting to think like it would never happen. Now, poor Ashley's feeling super sad because her social's very low. So I'm thinking maybe I'll have her... Hang on, wait. Chat with Carissa. Is Carissa here? Oh, she's hanging at the front door. I mean, I guess we could invite her in. I'm debating whether to give residence keys to Carissa, actually, because I feel like Alex probably wouldn't want to, but Ashley doesn't know there's an issue there. I don't know if she'd do it without asking Alex. Let me know what you guys think, if she should do that or not. So I'm going to have these guys just talk. Now, I was actually thinking I might have Ashley pop over to visit Nadia. And then when Jason gets home, Alex wants to have a talk with Jason. Now, Alex doesn't have work tonight, so they actually will overlap. I've noticed they haven't really been kind of overlapping or anything recently. So Ashley's going to be like, so, hey, Carissa, it's great to see you, but I'm actually just on my way out, okay? So I'm going to have her head off to Nadia's, I think, and we'll leave Carissa there. I mean, if she wants to stay there, that's fine. She can terrorize Alex and be nice to Lily. That'd be funny. All right, you guys, this is the house. I downloaded the actual house from the gallery, but I made quite a few changes to the interior. It's actually a family starter, but because Alex bought... Well, I think he gave them 20,000 simoleons. I think this cost about 26. So they did fund a little bit of it, but they actually had some household funds. Where's the front door? They only have one door. Maybe, oh, it's because she's got the always welcome trait. I don't need to knock. I keep forgetting about that. So this is their little house. Now, a lot of the decor it came with the house. It's super cute. I didn't change colors and stuff, but I did things like add in the pet things. I added in, you know, some wall hangings and like a toy box out here for Giovanna. This is little Giovanna's bedroom. Now, I did make it quite similar to the one that she had at her mother's house. Like, I'd given her the same furniture because I thought it was logical, even though we obviously bought it with these household funds. I thought it was logical that when her mum basically said, I don't want her, she, oh, honey, you smell. You are a stinky toddler. I can see stink clouds coming off you. I'm going to have her maybe change a nappy. Is Nadia sad? Come on, change that nappy. She's like, do you want me to change that nappy? I mean, she's pretty stinky. Can you smell that? Maybe quickly have the bathroom stop. There we go. Oh, gross. Where did you throw that? Now, she's feeling really, really sad, and I don't know why. So we're gonna... I'm debating having Ashley become best friends with Nadia. I think she might currently be best friends with Alex, but I feel like Alex should be best friends with Lily. And this is all sounding very high school to me. The reason Ashley is feeling sad is just because her social is low. So she's like, you know, I haven't seen you for a while. You know, how are things going with Giovanna? I'm going to ask about her day, and we're going to show off muscles and complain about her problems. Basically, these guys are catching up. She just got a sentiment to Nadia. Oh, babies. No, I don't think I'm going to have them go on a date. I am thinking I'm going to have them woohoo, though. Let's have a quick look. What was the sentiment? Ashley feels like she's growing closer to Nadia. So this is Nadia's room. So this is Hugh's room. He's got a space for a little trash panda here. Obviously, we have Giovanna's room in here. Very cute. Just, it's quite simple. I mean, it's not a huge house because there were limits to how much Alex is going to spend. You know, one bathroom. Jason and the kids have returned home. So what I might do is, once these guys woohoo, I'm actually going to switch. Oh my God, Hugh, stop walking like that, you weirdo. Also, get out of that room. Oh my God. No, it's not your computer. Get off it. Hugh, get out. He's like, oh, sorry, ladies. I'll just low-key sneak out of the room. Okay. This should make Ashley feel better. Because, you know, she had a need. And girls spent the last 48 hours upgrading washing machines and dryers and cleaning toilets that the men in the house where she lives have just been blowing up. Right, you guys, so there's a few different things going on here at the moment. Poor Alex is about to pee himself. He's just been pulled into a game with his eldest son and his wife, who, let's be real, is a gamer nerd as well as, yeah, I mean, she's a computer nerd in general, right? So these guys are playing a little bit of Party Frenzy, and in the meantime, Alex is trying to, like, get a feel for his son's mood, you know, because obviously Jason's been feeling very, very tense about the whole I want to be an artist thing. So I'm thinking when they're done, I'm just going to have Alex go pee inconveniently. He wants to pee. And then I'm going to have these guys talk about... Now, is there like a parenting talk about future? Zane's coming to be like, can I play? Poor boy. I am feeding him and then getting him to work on his motor skill. Because I do want to age him up. Like I said, I think it's time to age up Zane. And he's at level 9. So he just needs one more level. And then I will say he is ready. So he's very, very close to finishing primary school. Oh, Addison just acquired Mischief. You do need Mischief, honey. Now, I've actually got her out here talking to a girl she invited home that she met at school, who clearly had some custom skin tone going on because she's very pale. This is little Octavia. And in the meantime, Carissa is still here. She's been hanging around all day. The thing is, Addison needs to have friends with kids. She needs to be friends with kids and adults, but they have to be kids and adults she was not friends with when she reached this level of the aspiration, which I actually find super annoying. I did think one of Addison's potential future friends is going to be Carissa. I feel like those two could be partners in crime. Jason didn't win, but he'll get there next time. I assume that means, yeah, Lily won. Party Game Pro, Queen of the Virtual Hill. Good work. So I want him to... No, stop. No, do not walk in on your mother. I'll have them come up here together and, like, talk. It's been lots of bedroom talking in this part. So Alex has come in and said, hey, Jason, your mum said that you have been thinking about doing a fine arts degree. And he's like, Dad, I have this real passion for painting and I know I can, I got a sentiment. I feel like I could contribute to the family business, but not necessarily in the way that you do. Like, I don't think my skills lie in, like, you know, crime, like robbing banks. And I don't think they lie in, you know, he doesn't want to say scaring people, but that's what he means, you know, in managing people and stuff. I just don't think that's my thing. So Alex is going to say, look, son, if you want to go to university, and he's going to enthuse about the thrill of the steal, because he's like, well, it's, you know, it's a lot of fun. But I think he realizes he's not so oblivious to Jason's personality that he realizes maybe Jason wouldn't be a great fit for, you know, like threatening someone on the street or acting as a bouncer or any of that. I mean, it's just not his jam. It's not that the boy is unfit. It's that he's not temperamentally suited. So I guess they're going in here to dance together. I mean, cool. There we go. This is the celebratory dance. So Alex has agreed that he will fund Jason going to university if Jason... aspiration complete, yes. If Jason agrees to produce forgeries. So Jason will agree to that because it's not, I mean, he's grown up in this household. He's not averse to crime per se, but he wants to paint. He has a real passion for painting. And if that's how he needs to paint, if that's what he needs to do to kind of get what he wants out of life, then, you know, he doesn't, it's not like he wants to abandon his family, because that would be the alternative, is basically he finishes school and just leaves and pays for uni off. Who kicked my bin over? My eyes on you, Carissa. You know, he doesn't want to like sort of peace out and just disappear and like have nothing to do with his family. So, you know, he wants to support the family, but he wants to do it in his own way. And thankfully, Alex, who is tripping over on the treadmill, has agreed. So what I'm going to do, apparently we need to do some washing. Oh dear. I only put one laundry basket in. So we'll see how it goes. I may have to put more in. I just find it annoying to like have to click on all the different laundry baskets to do a load of washing. So I'm going to get her to just pick up the washing and do that. And then I'm going to get her to come and bake a cake. And also, I guess, finish that. We'll bake a cake. We will age Zane up to be a teenager, because I feel like that is a thing that we need to do. And then we're going to end this part, you guys. So it's been a little bit all over the place, I think, just because, you know, obviously I wanted to show you guys the house Giovanna is in. And Alex, you know, had a few things on his mind. Now, I will have him... I actually, like I said, I'm keen... I was thinking having him work on his aspiration, but I am keen that he get his declared enemies, not just from randoms. I feel like the last two should be more meaningful than that. So if you guys want to create some gang members for an opposing gang, then that'd be pretty cool. I'm thinking maybe the fence, I think her name was Cordelia, the one that Alex tried to seduce very early on and she was not interested. Maybe she could be a member of the opposing gang, or maybe I could have her join our gang and then we could create a whole new separate gang. So if you're interested in creating a gang household for me, I'd love to sort of see what you guys come up with, or if you have any suggestions, I'm happy to do it myself. That's fine. And I think we'll have him pursue them as his enemies once they exist. So now the other thing we needed to do to complete this aspiration was actually to have a home worth 150,000 simoleons. Now, Lily's aspiration tells me our home is currently worth 154. So we've actually ticked that off. I'm going to let the other two kids sleep, but I will bring Zane down. All right, buddy. Happy birthday, Zane. Come on. Let's do it. Yay! Now, I'll see what the game suggests, but self-absorbed. I'm not mad at it. I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to have him join the villainy degree, but I don't know if I want to put him on the same aspiration as his dad, the public enemy one. I could have him do Chief of Mischief because, you know, pranks and mayhem, or I could have him go for something more fortune-related. So he wants to be fabulously wealthy. Now, his mum is, I think, on Mansion Baron. So if I do that, at least it's different. So I might do that. He just wants to be rich. Oh, interesting. He's got his mum's face. Jason had more of his dad's face. Let's have a quick look at Jason. He's got more of his dad's kind of like the bigger cheekbones and stuff, but he looks a lot like his mum, actually. He's got his dad's colouring, but he's got his mum's face shape and everything. Which, you know, awesome. It's nice to see some variety in the children. I'll give him a quick makeover so I can show you guys, and then I'm actually going to end this part. So bear with me one moment. All right, you guys, this is little Zane. He's all grown up to be a teen. I figured as a self-absorbed kind of guy, he would be quite well put together. So I'd given him like super kind of hair that would require a lot of effort, and all of his clothes are quite neat. This is his formal wear. We have his kind of athletic wear. I figure, you know, he's probably into big brands and stuff. This is his sleepwear, which is, I figure it's designer. it's not like he's ripped that. That's designer. So we've got a different leather jacket in this outfit. This is his party wear. We've got swimwear, which, you know, it's not particularly exciting. Then again, with hot weather wear with like a nice kind of branded shirt and another, I think it's the same. No, it's a different leather jacket. Boy owns 3 leather jackets. So, you know, that's his winter wear. So there you go. That's Zane. It's interesting. He really does have his mother's face shape, like very, very strongly. It's interesting that Zane actually takes more after his father in terms of his personality, but, you know, looks very much like his mother. Although I think Lily is also self-absorbed, isn't she? Oh no, she's materialistic. Yeah, same bit different really, isn't it? All right, well, I'm going to end this part here, guys. I would love to hear what you think of Zane's makeover, and if you, like I said, gang suggestions, definitely interested in those. And then I think I kind of want Jason to, before I age him up, I mean, I think he's got a little while to go. He's not there yet, but we are potentially looking at aging him up soon. Lily's birthday is actually in game in a couple of days. Might be tomorrow. So I think in the next part, it'll be Lily's birthday. Maybe I'll have Alex take her out on a nice date somewhere, just because, you know, I feel like he would want to spoil his beautiful, beautiful wife. So, and she deserves it, frankly. And if he hadn't thought of it, then I am 100% sure Ashley will make him. So it's definitely going to be a thing. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands. I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.